My beginning story for why I created MAGAnon begins with a love story. I loved a man very much. He was a good-hearted, family man, smart guy who I didn't realize then had become radicalized. I thought he was just getting angrier and frustrated because of his personal life challenges. I didn't realize that so much of what was going on wrong in his personal life was happening because he was getting angrier and more frustrated and more opinionated and more dismissive to others, including me. Over time, I also noticed that my family started to become divided, and they started saying things to me that didn't make sense. They started becoming suspicious of the government and science and news outside of their restricted sources. Then they started becoming upset when I simply asked questions, or defensive when I suggested that we research and explore together. And then, about a year ago, I saw Jen Senko's documentary, The Brainwashing of My Dad, and everything made sense. Now, I have actually been fascinated with brainwashing for many years, but now, after the documentary, I started looking at it on a broader spectrum, and I learned about mass psychosis. Now, I wasn't very interested in history, but I delved into the 1930s and what happened in Germany and how the events of that era happened on a psychological, social, and political level. And while I never considered myself a politically oriented person now, I have become much more educated in the structure of government, constitutional rights, the philosophy of American history as well. And I learned what a democracy looks like and what authoritarianism is and how it affects people's minds. And after the losses that I experienced with family members, with friends, watching my clients, marriages just being destroyed, family members no longer speaking to other family members, I decided that somebody needs to do something about this. And since I'm somebody, I decided to create MAGAnon. It's based on education, psychology, and mindfulness practices. Now, it's my ultimate hope that I get my MAGAs back to a place where we can have conversations rather than debates or not having any connection at all. And it's my hope that you can get your MAGAs back and that we can all heal from the hurts that we've experienced on both sides. If that's not possible, then at least perhaps we can learn ways to keep from inflaming relationships. And over time, perhaps we'll find a way to reunite our country in such a way that we can still have differences, but be civil and kind towards each other. I've been a therapist for over 40 years now, and I've learned a lot about relationships. And in the last year in particular, I've learned even more about what we might do to rebuild bridges and heal the hearts that have been injured as a result of this phenomenon that I now believe affects almost every American. So it seems daunting at times, and it certainly feels overwhelming and scary. But I have to have hope. I have to believe that if there are enough of us who join forces together, we can be more conscious and skilled and loving as we reach across those boundaries that currently divide us. Not only healing ourselves and our loved ones, but hopefully we will be able to help and heal our country and return to the world as a leader in rising above division and creating a healthier democracy for all.